And we're back, hopefully, as Nexton's dropped to P4 on lap 1. Might lose the position to Evan as well and drop to P4. No, would have been P4 anyway. My mistake. But other than that, looks fairly clean through the first few corners. Oh, thank God for that. We've got viewers back in. Looks like it's working. You've not missed too much. There was no incidents on that one. Everyone got through. I was about to say relatively cleanly, but we have a Mercedes in the pits here. I'm going to assume that's a wing damage, but I'm hoping not. Unfortunately, Relly has lost 12 positions off the start, and it is for a wing change. But Athanasiou then has made it up to P1 following Nexton dropping down to P4. Then we've got Jordan P2, Evan P3. Obviously the aforementioned Nexton. Joe holding position, and then we've got a few people gaining in. Mikey Stewart has gained 2 places. Was the biggest gainer of all currently with 4, and then Berserk and Rain Man getting 3 as well. Oh, and there's an incident there with Honky. Looks like Stewart might have caught the back of him. I'm not entirely sure, but it did look like he spun. From the angle, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it didn't look good, I have to admit. I just hope he hasn't done what I think he might have. But nevertheless, we're back on up near the front. Honky does indeed pit, I'm assuming for damage. That's unfortunate. But Evan keeping the gap to Jordan, who's trying to build the gap away from Nexton as well, and this top 6-ish all keeping within DRS currently. And then you've got Stewart 4 seconds back. And then a bit of a train forming behind Stewart as well. The 2 Alphas trying to get back close again. Athanasiou out front, seemingly keeping out of trouble this week. Well, at least on the start anyway. As indeed pulled the gap to Jordan to get out of his DRS, and Evan has made the move into P2 into turn 1. Is he going to be able to keep it? Jordan's right on the back of him. Does indeed hold it. Maridako and Xavi fighting for P9 here. Maridako looking to the inside. Is he going to make the move stick? Gets a bit of a wobble on exit, and Xavi manages to keep P9. Was just sticking to the back of Stewart like glue here. Less than a half a second. Currently the gap. There's Rain Man slowly making his way through the field. Obviously started at the back. Putting those softs of good use so far, up 5 places alongside Berserk. It shows the mediums. got Hackett down 2, but still looking to keep with the pack in front of him. And Newton braking a little bit early before turn 1 and not able to get the move done on Bog. Meanwhile, it looks like Jordan just bided his time, letting Evan be in front, letting him soak up the DRS and able to save a bit of battery. And next and lurking not too far behind. Got Maridako right on the back of Stewart now. Waz has already got past him. Stewart, that is. And now Maridako looking to get into contention for that as well. Looks to the outside. Sends it wide. Gets the inside for the next corner, sticks it in there, and is he able to get the position? Yes, he is. Oh, and Stuart's lost position to Xavi now. Has he got damage maybe, or is that literally just the power of DRS? Mind you, he started on the softs and has been on them 6 laps now, so they're not going to be optimal by any stretch. Stewart and Brandon now fighting for the last points fame position. Meanwhile, Berserk right on the back of Brandon as well now. I believe I might have said Jordan earlier when I meant to say Brandon, so apologies for that if I did. But nevertheless then, Stewart already lost 2 seconds to Xavi. And now Brandon is right on the back of him and in DRS as well. It's not looking good. He's going to manage to keep him behind, side by side into turn 1. Oh, and there's been an incident. What's happened there then? Rainman's taken out Stewart supposedly. I didn't see what happened. I just sort of saw Stewart skidding there as he went through turn 1. Obviously took the wide line to give Brandon the space, but also try and defend the position, but obviously not successful and lost a lot of places because of it. Meanwhile, near the front, then we've got Afanasiou just starting lap 8, and then you've got a train down to Mikey from Evan, of cars still in DRS. As what happened there between that looked a bit weird on from my POV for what happened to Joe there. Stewart pits as his front tyres are absolutely cooked from that spin especially, but those softs won't last long at all. So he's pulled the trigger early on lap 8. I can see him having to stop again, but he's gone on hard to have the longest possible longevity of his tyres. Meanwhile, Hackett back up to his original qualifying position of 12th. Just following Berserk through, who's having a very calm race by the looks of things. Just seemingly profiting from other people's mistakes. As Stewart gets the 3 seconds, gets the first time penalty of the session for track limits. Clearly not a happy boy right now is Hackett. Did make the move on Berserk and has managed to keep ahead. He's got the 2 raging Alfa Romeos behind him. No team orders there by the looks of things, but we shall see later on whether any of that comes into play. Back up the front then, Nexton still just stuck behind the front 3, following losing positions on lap 1. But he's still within DRS of Jordan, but Jordan has, I believe, lost DRS to Evan. So we'll be fighting to get back into that to obviously help him in the fight with Nexton. And Joe and Mikey just lurking behind them still within DRS. Still plenty of opportunity to get back up there if they can. Obviously, it's still a little bit of a trade at the minute because the guys who do have DRS up to Jordan, but if they can capitalise on mistakes, they'll be in with a shot. As Berserk goes wide and lets both Alfa Romeos through. Not entirely sure what happened there because we caught the end of it, but broken the board. Not sure what's happened with Berserk there, but not ideal breaking marker boards. So I would imagine that in the next few laps people will start pitting. Those that haven't yet anyway. I believe it's a one-stop medium to hard round here, but I could be wrong. If anyone wants to jump in and comment otherwise, then feel free. But I believe it's a medium to hard one-stop. Not much really going on in terms of overtakes. Obviously, big gaps are starting to form in various parts of the track. Because obviously you've got that big gap between Mikey and Wazza at almost 6 seconds. Then you've got a 5.5 second gap between Brandon and Hackett, and then it's a 7 second gap back to Berserk. Back to Reliant from Berserk, I should say, but that gap is closing. To be fair, starting to pull that time back he's lost from pitting on lap 1. Nexon's sticking to the back of Jordan once again. Well, still, he just has been all race. He's just not been able to get any closer than this really, or get any moves done. But he might think about it on this lap potentially, as the tyres are starting to degrade excessively. Obviously, just trying to see if it was in the white lines. No one wants a penalty for track limits. But Nexon could be in a prime position here to get the move done. As the Alfa Romeos are getting really close to Hackett, and we'll pick up on that in a second. But Nexon then with the DRS and a bit of ERS usage goes down the inside, gets a little bit wide on exit, and Jordan retakes the place. Nexon just can't make it stick, but meanwhile down with the Alphas, they're close to Hackett, but not close enough. Meanwhile, Wazza keeping a steady pace, up 6 positions from 14. Just holding on to the back of Maridako and picking up the extra energy where it can. But Maridako goes wide. That opens the door for Wazza to close up a little bit more. Could potentially set up a move later on. But we've got Joe closing in on the back of Jordan. Nexon did indeed make the move on Jordan later on in the lap, but we missed it. Has now moved up to third. Jordan's in, so Joe will get the position. But as we look, no, Mikey's not going to be close enough, but can he potentially set a move up into turn 3? Gets a little bit, loses a little bit of control slightly on exit by the looks of things, and loses a slight amount of time there. But the Alphas just sticking to each other like glue here. Have been pretty much all race. Is that Newton still on softs? It is indeed. He's managed to take them 13 laps, which is pretty impressive. Either he's a master of tyre wear, or I don't know. But fair play, just the bottom 5, sorry, that have stopped currently, and only Stewart has any penalties. As Joe is now pitting on lap 15. I'm assuming going to hard till the end, but we shall see. Yep, it does indeed go onto the hard tyre. We're going to see closing the gap, but it's not enough, and oh! Straight lines and almost makes contact with Hackett from behind. Narrowly misses. As elsewhere, Waz has made the move on Maridako. Who looks like his tyres are starting to go off. I'm assuming he's going to be in the next lap or two. As Mikey now comes in Maridako staying out and Wazza goes in. Xavi staying out as well. That's obviously the right move for him because he's on hards, but also means the Williams aren't going to be double stacking. As Newton is in off those softs, I'm assuming he's going to a set of mediums. If he can take these softs 15 laps, then he can definitely carry the mediums to the end by the looks of things. As Bogorowski makes the move on Hackett, is he going to make it stick this time? No, sorry, on Jordan, he made the move. But doesn't keep it. But the Red Bulls are just behind. As Wagner now picks up a penalty for track limits. I just want to stick on with this battle between the Red Bulls and Bog just to see if it goes anywhere. Because Joe really close to the back of Bogorowski at the minute. Oh, could be thinking about moving into the right-hander, but nothing doing. We'll obviously have the DRS as they're around the final corner, but we'll be looking a lot more positive. Meanwhile, Mikey is on a charge and he's already dispatched of one Red Bull. Can he dispatch of the other? It's looking unlikely with DRS, but Bogorowski doesn't have it. So Joe doesn't get the place. And Mikey also takes the position and moves up to P9. So not having DRS really being to Bog's detriment there. At the start of this lap, as Athanasiou is in. Evan not following, so going to take track position and hope to do a cracking in lap. I would have thought. But where is Athanasiou going to come out? He's going to come out in P3. I don't think Maridako is going to get close enough to pass before Athanasiou comes out, and he doesn't. Xavi's still not pitted yet. I believe neither of the McLarens have pitted yet either. Oh no, John has. John pitted early. I think. I could be wrong. Yeah. Oh no, John pit. Yeah, he pit earlier than normal, or earlier than I would have. But he has indeed pit. So there's just Bogorowski in sort of that bottom half that hasn't stopped yet, and only Athanasiou, Jordan, Mikey, and Joe has stopped in the top half. So Wazza then right in the back of Bogorowski will be looking for, well, was probably going to be looking for the move, but sends it very wide. Gets caught on the sausage. Well, it's not quite a sausage curve, but it is a curve, and catches the floor, just straight lines them. Stewart finally starting to fall back some positions. Following his early pit stop from the spin, but not looking like he's having a good time here. A little bit wobbly on the exit of the penultimate corner. Honky and Bogorowski switching positions as they exit turn 1. Bog getting off the power there a little bit and losing the position to Wazza, who then is right in the back of Honky. Can he take the position? He can. We've got An incident in sector 2 just spun round. And that has caused a virtual safety car. So not going to quite bunch everyone up as not enough damage done, but does indeed slow everyone down and gives Evan the opportunity to pit and not lose as much time to Athanasi out the pits. And everyone else behind Evans in as well, which means he still comes out P2. Jordan retains P3. Well, gets back up to P3, I should say. Which means Mike is promoted to P4, next in P5, and everyone else is back in. We've got Wazza in as well. Not entirely sure. But DRS re-enabled, we are green again. Don't think no one got a drive-through from that, which is all good in the hood. We've got Athanasiou back in front here. And obviously Evans fitted, so he'll have fresher tyres. If we're being specific, 2 lap pressure tyres. So we can attack a little bit more in these next couple of laps. We've got Wazza right in the back of his teammate Xavi. Gap about 4/10. If he can get close enough, might think about making the move, as Xavi's currently out of DRS to Maridako. But we shall see. Getting closer. Might not have enough. No, not going to have enough into turn 1. Could be setting it up though. As Hackett's around the final corner. Could he have enough to get past Berserk here? Both on the brakes. Berserk a little bit wider on exit, and Hackett does indeed get the move done. But I don't think Berserk's going to go away quietly. Meanwhile, Brandon sticking to Wazza. We'll be looking to get through and get a good double points finish for the McLaren team. As Rainman is the 3rd offender for getting 3 seconds to track limits. Maridaka sets the fastest lap with a 1:18.442. And Brandon makes short work of Wazza there with the DRS into turn 1. And jobs are good. Honky getting past Stewart. Stewart will probably be hoping for a safety car now so he can get in and change those hards at some point, as we've got a 3-car battle for P13. P12 even. My apologies. Bogorowski very close to the back of Hackett here. Got 3 drivers from 3 different teams. nothing much happening really up the front other than Maridaka being close to his teammate next to him. Does he have enough to get past with the DRS? Stamps on the brakes late and gets the move done. He's up to P5. Stewart's back in the pits again to change those cards. He did get onto them early after swapping from the softs. I think he would have preferred the softs to last a bit longer and get onto those hards later, but he has swapped for a set of mediums. And we've got Newton looking to get past Rain Man. And does so. Meanwhile, Athanasiou just not really had much to say. Very quiet race from him, which is I don't know, from when I've covered him, it seems somewhat of an anomaly, to be honest. But he'll definitely be pleased with how this is going so far. Maridaka is now closed up to the back of Mikey. Has the DRS open on as we're on lap 24. Is it going to be enough? It is indeed. So Maridaka making it up to P4, going on a little bit of a charge here. Starting to close down the top three. Maybe potentially a late charge for a podium. Got plenty of laps to do it if he can keep taking time out of Jordan in the McLaren. But the four behind Jordan all in a bit of a train. Mikey just dropped to 1.3, but Maridaka is well. He's on two sets softer tyres for a start, but he's took an absolutely massive chunk out of Jordan here. Round in the final corner, then he's going to have the DRS obviously, and looking like a pretty much dead cert for the pass. He's in front at turn one and yeah, gets it done with ease. Drivers behind him then. Just going to be a case of following him through. Got Reliant on the back of Hackett. It's definitely not been an ideal race for Reliant, obviously having to pit on lap one. But can he try and make something of it? It's only, well, he's got about 15 seconds to catch up in 10 laps. He's definitely got the pace to do it, but the question is going to be, can he? As speaking of pace, Stewart has indeed set the fastest lap with a 1:18 dead. Rainman just exiting the pits again and has been lapped by Athanasiou just as we start lap 26, as we've got a couple of penalties for track limit warnings, Maridaka being one of them, which although he's got the softs on, he now needs to make up 3 seconds, which he didn't have to before. He could have been quite comfortable at that 1.7 second gap-ish. But we've also got Joe in the Red Bull, who's also got 3 seconds. So now that we've got Nixon getting close to Mikey, he's going to be able to set anything up here. closest man on track to anybody currently. Probably is going to be the place to do it. And Relly has left the session. I'm going to assume that's could be either a desync or something, but he's only going to what's already been a not so great race has somehow got worse. But the fight for P4 fight for P4 is currently on. Next to the Mikey battling as Berserk gets past Joe. Almost had the back wheel alongside, but wouldn't have been enough. So set it up if you can with the DRS. Using a bit of ERS as well, just for that extra little bit of a boost. He's going to be able to get it through. Easily got the DRS to pull away, of course. But it being back-to-back DRS zones. Maridako has pulled the 3 seconds he needed in front. Relly is back in and has dropped to 17th, unfortunately. Just not having a good time. In or out of the game by the looks of things. Neither is Stuart, who started P10. Obviously got tapped around on lap 7. I'm currently languishing in 16th with a penalty. Got Hunky with a slow wad on the exit of that corner. Potential to set something up. Wazza looking like he's struggling. Thought we could potentially have another start finish straight moment there, shoving a driver close to the wall. But not to be, thankfully, and all clean and good. We've got next in now then. Still on the back of Jordan, but is it going to be a case of him just keep closing and closing and closing and never really getting through, or is he going to be able to get the move done? That would be the question on everyone's lips as Hackett passes Joe. Bogorowski getting a 3-second penalty for track limits as well now, adding to the other few, and Relly is in the pits. On to softs, probably going for the fastest lap. I mean, I think he's been lapped already at this point. I know Rayman definitely has been, so I think he will have as well. Rayman might look unlapping himself potentially if he keeps this up. But Nexton around 3/10 to Jordan, and this being behind Jordan is really not helping him in terms of Mikey and Brandon closing the gap again. If he can, he needs to get through as soon as possible for his own race chances. Obviously the 3-4 for Ferrari would be very nice for them in terms of points. For the Constructors' Championship. But takes it to turn 1, but Jordan's still there. A little bit of tyre banging there as he gets to turn 3. And Nexton shuts the door. Keeps Jordan behind. Not going to get through at that particular left and right hander. Has got a lovely shot aerially of the Ferrari, the McLaren, and the Merc just behind. All looking at moves. We've got Joe and Hackett just forming a two-man barricade by the looks of things, just trying to stop people from getting further up the field. Oh, and Stewart's around. Completely lost his wing. It's not what you want to see. It was silly. In my opinion, it was silly to go for the move there anyway. He should have just stayed behind, been patient, and waited. And he's brought another safety car, another VSC out, the second VSC we've had, and gets another 3-second penalty for track limits for his troubles. Now Maridako has dropped back, and Nexton was within his DRS range. Not his DRS range, his penalty range. But obviously, he got back to them, pull forward, and regain the time. So Stewart having to pit once again to get that wing changed. It's been a dismal race for him by his standards. DRS re-enabled. And Mikey immediately taking the initiative and getting past Jordan. Obviously Jordan will now have the DRS at this point down the start-finish straight. And so will Brandon. Mikey just a little bit far back for DRS off Nexton in P4, so it leaves him a little bit vulnerable here. Brandon might think about the move on Jordan though. Very clean, not everyone left room, but that's not what Jordan will want to see, his own teammate passing him. Could have been coordinated, of course, but I'm just a humble commentator. I wouldn't have known that. As Bogorowski lets Xavi through. Oh, very wobbly moment there, which is caught from Xavi. Unlike his midfield namesake, just whereas Xavi, the midfielder, didn't seemingly never lacked ball control. Xavi lacking a little bit of car control there, as he went a bit squirrely through turn 1. Berserk then, trying an audacious move down that down that chicane. Definitely not for the faint of heart, that move, and Hackett's lost a little bit of time to him behind. There was contact there, I'm not sure exactly what happened. As Xavi indeed sets the fastest lap of the race, taking it away from Stewart. One and a half laps to go then. Well, almost one for Athanasiou here. It's been, for once, I know I said it earlier, but for once it's been a very quiet race for him. A very controlled race. And he's kept out of trouble, and well, as far as I'm aware, he's kept out of trouble and done really well as Joe picks up another 3-second penalty. You've got Evan in second, who again, very solid race from him, just the 4 seconds behind. As Maridako pits and retires. What's happened there then? Why would you retire from 4th or 5th? Wherever he was. And on the final lap as well. Doesn't particularly make sense, but you've got Brandon right on the back of Mikey here. Could make the move for P4 on the final lap. Not many opportunities left to get it done. Have to stay as close as possible, but we'll stick with this for now. Well, we'll come back to it in a second. As Athanasiou rounds the final corner and is the winner of the Hungarian GP in Season 8. But let's quickly jump back to the Mikey and Brandon battle, as something could happen in the final couple of corners. Evan is P2. Next in P3. Nothing doing for Brandon on the line. Mikey takes P4, Brandon P5, Jordan P6, Honky P7, Wazza P8. Will probably keep it despite his penalty, because I think he only got 3 seconds. And Xavi taking P9. Bogorovsky then looks to be taking the final points to in position. Joe in P11. Next in P12 does take P11 due to Joe's penalties. Then we've got Berserk in P13, Hackett P14, and the rest of the cars were lapped. Rainman, Stewart and Reliot in that order. So yeah, congratulations to your podium, Athanasiou, getting back to winning ways, and yeah, a calm, composed race from him. Solid job. And then Evan in the Haas taking another podium. Top work once again. And then yeah, next in P3, showing his quality as always. Dropped to P4 from P1 on the start, and then has managed to pull back a podium. So final rundown then before we end things. We've got Athanasiou in P1, Evan P2, next in P3, Mikey P4, Brandon P5, Jordan P6, Honky P7, Wazza 8th, Xavi P9, Bogorovsky P10, Newton 11th, Joe 12th, Berserk 13th, Hackett 14th, Rayman 15th, Stewart 16th, Raleigh at 17th, and Maridako is classified as 2 laps down but did DNF. So then, that's another week in DTR Division 2 complete. There might be a race next week. I believe next week is the last one before Christmas. So, if that's the case, we will see you then next Wednesday. If not, we'll be back tomorrow for Division 3, and then I believe back again on Monday. So, cheers everyone for stopping by, and we will see you soon.